the first time we're ever doing a live Madden podcast, so a big milestone for the boys. Um, we got Timmy in the background, producer Timmy making things happen just like he did for that team draft broadcast. And let's start there with the team draft. Um, Fucking great show, great event today. Pumped that the boys were in the Twitch chat and in the Telegram chat, getting super hyped about it. Levan, let me throw it to you. How are you feeling about how the team draft went? Any big takeaways? I know you're in a stacked division. Talk to me about the team draft.
The team draft, first of all, shout out to TB and Dan. They did a great job putting everything together. But dude, what an awesome draft. I'm so I'm so fucking stoked, man. AFC's stacked. Literally, it's gonna be a bloodbath every year going to the playoffs. Uh, my question is, which one's the best division right now, AFC West or AFC East?
I think you got to go east, right, boys? I mean, the trophies are. I know RK's in the west, but I feel like there's more potential for trophies in the east.
Yeah, early responses. There was a poll. Mike put a poll in the chat, like what's the best NFC division? What's the best AFC division? Early responses were looking like AFC East has the slight edge. So we've got myself, the two Swedes, and Logan, who's got an old dusty trophy somewhere in his closet somewhere. So we've got three guys with a ring and one guy who just made the Super Bowl last year. So I personally would take the AFC East. Obviously, I'm biased, but it's crazy that you guys are going to be in the same division next, Madden. How do you feel about that?
What's up, bro? I'm stoked for it, dude. There's so many good storylines out of it. I get to play my dad RK twice a year. Me and Levon get to fucking duke it out twice, and then you got kind of the quiet underdog in Phil, who was also the number one seed last year, and he is hands down the worst player in that division, and he was a one seed. The AFC West is wild. AFC West is wild.
I think AFC West is gonna be the most competitive. I knew. Who's your fourth player in the FC East? Will remind me.
Logan.
Yeah, so I think our fourth is way better than your fourth. I think that he brings us up as overall. I know you guys have a little more success in Super Bowls, but we have the most Super Bowls. We gotta write our case coattails a little bit on this one, but we have the most
Yeah.
Super Bowls in our division.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh my god! No,
Well, do you guys think that the AFC would turn out as stacked as it did if RK went with the Eagles or the Saints? Because I think RK going to the AFC, it was like we talked about it on the broadcast. That was like the number one domino that everybody wanted to see. If he didn't go to NFC, I wouldn't have gone to NFC. I don't think Alex goes to NFC. Joe Kim said he was following me. He probably would have been NFC. So RK really kind of dictated, the formation of the league for next Madden, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of called your own team before this happened. Will when when RK got one, first thing I said was, "Save me a spot in your division. I'm coming." So I think we kind of saw the league separate into fucking dogs who want that fucking life, and people who are just happy to make the playoffs. And I think those dogs are residing in the AFC now.
yeah, you. There's no doubt and question that the competition is so tight in the AFC. There's whoever the bottom feeders are, they're just not gonna see the playoffs probably ever. You're not gonna have AFC like this year's AFC West, not in the AFC side. Always gonna be a gauntlet just to go through for that last three seeds for the wild card spots, and you never know. I really hope that division winners also rotate, so we don't have the same guys having given home field advantage in the playoffs.
Other than like the really, really good divisions, right? The AFC East and the AFC West. I think those are the two kind of clear top dog divisions. What is another interesting division that you saw that was formed today? Like any that stood out to you? Because I've got one. I was thinking that, and we talked about it on the broadcast too. The NFC South with Jason, Caleb, Stevie, and Brennan. Like those are four guys who have. I don't think Brennan's won a division, but he might get one this season. All guys that are capable of winning a division, but there's I think Stevie would be kind of the de facto best team there, but very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting division.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the one division that kind of like matches with the AFC divisions, because you got three players that have shown success before, and then Stevie obviously has been to Super Bowl. He's shown that he can play in the playoffs. So that I feel like this is a great news for Stevie in general coming out of NFC. You gotta think that he's gonna be in a Super Bowl mix pretty much every year.
Yeah, and I got one for you. I don't think we'll get a Super Bowl winner out of this division, but I'm just intrigued by it. The NFC North. You got Edge, JJ, Adam, and Mike. You're kind of seeing three users that are typically in that like 12 to 20 range that think they might be a little better than they actually are. So they have that kind of perfect division lined up for them. And you kind of throw in Mike, who's progressively getting better at the game and who is a fun conversation. But I'm kind of interested to see who establishes himself as the consistent division winner out of that division.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if I were to take one right now, I'm ready for the reign of Edge. I'm ready for Edge to take a big step in the next Madden.
Yeah.
He had Daniel Jones, then Carson Strong. He's had some weird quarterback moves in this Madden. I think if he can get that sorted out, because he's committed to the game. We all know that about Edge. Um, I think that, you know, he can get that division on lock unless Adam, continues at the rate that he's at. But he's having a tough season right now.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that a lot later on, but yeah. And JJ, yeah, there's not much to say, right?
yeah, if he can show success with Kyler, you just kind of. I mean, what else? I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've talked about it. Yeah, right. I mean, when you've got the quarterback scenario perfect and you're not getting it done, it's hard to put a lot of faith in your squad, especially with how overpowered escape artist QBs are in Madden 22. We're not going to see that in Madden 23.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the NFC East though? That's the one with Dallin, Idan, Dan, and Kai.
I'm glad that Dallin and Dan, two commissions, two very active users, got in that division because that was a division that was headed towards being a wasteland with fucking
Yep.
Kai and Idan. But yes, I think it'll be a 2-man race, and I think but they're both very capable, and whoever comes out of that division is going to be a solid team in the playoffs.
Yeah, which kind of leads me to my next question. Do you guys anticipate or do you see an AFC West type of historically bad division on paper so far? Because it kind of looks relatively balanced from like division to division.
Yeah, NFC North kind of like sorted out pretty even. Like I was worried about the same thing, that when Kai and Idan got in the NFC East. I mean, you knew somebody was gonna pounce on it and take a team in there just to get a playoff berth pretty much every year. Um, NFC West also was pretty close, but then
That's
Derek,
the weakest one.
yeah, Derek's gonna have a lot of fun time with Arizona Cardinals in the division. There's probably gonna be the top dog team. Um, but we talked about Iron Sharp as Iron all the time. Like that, It's almost like he's gonna have to match up with Dan, Dallin, Stevie, and Adam in the playoffs. But his whole regular season is playing 6 games a year. He's playing kind of like easy games. So we'll see how that affects his playoff performances.
Well, think about how it's going to affect the Super Bowl performance whenever the AFC team gets there, or the NFC team. They're in for a rude awakening because whoever comes out of the AFC, that's going to be the most battle tested team there is. Just getting into the playoffs in the AFC is going to be an achievement in and of itself. And then if you get out of that into the Super Bowl, oh my God.
My early prediction is that NFC doesn't win any Super Bowls next Madden.
I'd agree with you. I don't even think that's a hot take.
Okay, we're on the same page. Sounds because
Yeah, it's a good take.
I'm trying to think the best of new AFC versus best of new NFC is probably what either Will or Alex versus Stevie, right? And Stevie's obviously a very capable player, but when it comes to like playoff performances, I think
Is
Alex and
is
Will are probably way more proven.
is Stevie the hands down best player in the NFC at the starting
Yeah,
point?
yeah, I think so.
Me too. I do too. I mean,
Eh,
Adam could give him an argument. Dallin could maybe give him an argument, but Stevie's the only one that's been in a Super Bowl this Madden and has been a playoff team. I think every season. Has Stevie missed the playoffs once? I don't think he has.
I don't think he's ever missed the playoffs.
Yeah, this is gonna be the first year he does, if he does.
So another question then. Let's say Stevie picks an AFC team. Is Stevie a top 3 team? I don't think so, right? Is he a
No,
top 5 team?
No.
Top 7 team? Right?
That's
he's
where we're
he's
getting
he's in a
changed.
5 to 7 range.
Yeah.
This is so awesome because we're broadcasting this and it's going out to YouTube, and we're getting the YouTube comments. We can see them coming in. So we saw a comment from Logan, a comment from Mike Trout. This is fucking tremendous.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
loving this right now. Let's go, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we started this little like project up. This league's been going now for 3 to 4 years. The addition of you two to the league right off the bat was just like a fresh of breath air, and then boom, we had an idea. Let's do some podcast, boys. To realize where we are now and we're not done moving. This train ain't fucking stopping. What a pleasure, man. And then now seeing we got people commenting, let's just keep the vibes going, guys.
Well said, my brother. Well said.
All right, cool. So, anything else from the team draft that we should talk about? I feel like that was the story of the day. The AFC East and AFC West being the two best divisions. AFC, power has shifted to the AFC, and we've got some interesting divisions. What about AFC North? Anything about the AFC North? Hank, Jarrell, Riley, and Mike Trout.
Yep.
I'm really excited to watch games between Hank and Riley. I think when they're both kind of humming, they both kind of prefer that like wide open offense with a great back. And I still think Hank's probably one of our better offensive, like creative users. Not so much on defense, but Riley's such a wild card, right? Like I don't know if he's gonna tank the first 2 seasons, or tank for the first 2 seasons. If he's gonna go for it, dude.
Well, no, I was just going to react to your point there about the matchup between Riley and Hank. I think you said it so well. Hank calls plays, offense and defense, like he's a fucking offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and he's out on the sideline trying to win a football game. And
Yeah.
Riley is the exact opposite. He's like hot routes all over the place. They rarely ever make sense. He's running around doing some crazy shit, running jet sweeps to tight ends. He's doing all like the Madden shit, and Hank's doing all like the traditional shit. That's going to be a really cool like rivalry and matchup to watch over a fucking 7-season franchise that we should have next Madden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a clash of two totally different styles and two totally different philosophies. I'm excited.
And then you throw in the smoke show with Jarrell, like you don't know what you're gonna get. The dude might go 13-3. He might go 3-13. He can throw for 80 touchdowns, or we've seen it, 93 interceptions. So Jarrell's probably the biggest wild card player in that division, especially because he says he's leaning all in on 23. But we'll see.
What do you guys think? Is this gonna affect the team building at all? Like how the divisions are shaped up? I know it's gonna affect my team building and trades and stuff like that. Because no way in hell, Brina, love you. We've done some great trades before, but AFC West is bad blood, baby. There's no way we're trading with a division.
I mean, for me, I'll build around play style. I don't really mind trading with it, with division opponents. If we get a deal done, so be it. But knowing who I'm playing now and their preferred play style, I'm definitely going to try to get pieces that to make their life harder. And
So
if
you're
we make a
telling me
trade,
you're telling me
I'll
you're
trade
okay with
with you.
trading RK? Me, yeah, we're boys. But what about RK? Your
Yeah,
father?
I've been trading with RK.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
he was
that's
in
why
a
I
different
fucking lose, right?
conference. Now he's in the same division as you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Super valid point, bro. I didn't think of that.
T-shirts
maybe
coming
he
out
won't.
soon.
Maybe he won't be my first trade partner. And if that trade is going to happen, I'm going to definitely have to win that trade. But it's just another level of complexity, man.
I don't know, dude. Well, the way it's looking like, RK won't even talk to me in the chat anymore now that I'm Raiders. So I think there's gonna be a lot more
Fucking
bad blood
Raider.
than you. I think there's gonna be a lot more bad blood than you're anticipating.
That's behavior of a guy who might be a little bit threatened, might be a little nervous
Yeah,
that you're coming in on his
Ooh,
turf, bro. I mean,
a
he
little
picked up
not
the
gonna
random,
lie,
like a
I
cat.
did get I did get a little feeling that he was very disrespected. That I had like sixth pick. I think he thought he was gonna be, by himself in a division till at least the picks went into 15s and like later. I don't think he was anticipating somebody jumping in his division. Well, all these other divisions were open, so maybe he does feel a little disrespected. But I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
I know we had a great reaction on the actual like live draft, but you guys want to just recap again on how you feel about RK drafting the Broncos?
Oh yeah, we said it, man. Shit, we said it, man. uh, I think it was a great move. Broncos deserve to have a great player and a head coach like RK. So we all like to see that. I think AFC in general deserve to have players they finally got, like between Brina, Phil, and RK and myself. So AFC ways, we wanna come up, baby.
Couldn't
Who
agree
do you
more.
feel
Yeah.
like, or go for it? Will finish your.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like, who do you feel probably is stepping into the worst position? Like who's like fuck? Maybe they had an early pick and they thought they had an easy street in front of them. They got filled with some dogs or something.
That's a great question. My initial thought is Phil. Phil had a really late pick though, so I don't think he would probably regret. He kind of was dealt a tough hand, but being in that division with you two and RK, he's gonna struggle a little bit. Who else?
Obviously, Beef got a tough
Yeah.
division, and he didn't really make a choice.
He said he was gonna take Cleveland if he got in on time, but that's the business we in, baby.
Hey,
We
but I
better be.
mean, he's in the same division. I mean, you would say the top team in that division is Alex. Alex has clearly had trouble with Beeve. I mean, Alex talks about all the time how good
Ooh.
Beeve is on defense. It could I mean, Alex has had a full Madden now of really nobody challenging him in his division. Now he's got Scott. I don't really think Scott is gonna give him that much issues, but if Beef can get a great quarterback and continue the great defense and give Alex problems like he has, maybe you could steal that division a couple seasons from Alex.
Well, we all know Beef's getting Pickett again, so we kind of already know what Beef's gonna be. Also, here's my question: did Alex ended up kind of like same strength of division that he has right now?
Slight, maybe slightly better in next Madden. I don't know. Uh,
Because think
No,
about it, he had Caleb and Smoke Show, eh, pretty good defense, pretty good players would say, right? And then he also had Logan's, who he hasn't had a lot of success with the football team. But when you translate into the new AFC, his AFC South division now, he has Beef, and we talked about it. He has huge praise for Beef and his defensive. And then Scott was a come up till he had to leave the computer, leave the game up to the CPUs.
so who's better then? The combination of Jarrell and Caleb, or Beeve and Scott? I think
Hmm.
Beeve and Scott.
I'll go not beef. So I'll take not beef.
Yeah, I'm a big Scott guy, so I think I'm with you, Will. I think Scott and Beef, especially when you talk about how Beef has Alex's respect. I like, yeah, I'll take that division over the current his current. But even then, you would say that is that the easiest or the second easiest in the AFC division?
That's got to
I don't know.
be the
The
easiest.
NFC
Yeah,
North.
I
So
think it's the
that's what I
biggest
mean.
separation between one and two of any division. Like Hank and Riley, they're right at the same level. Um, U3, RK is slightly above you two guys. Sorry to say.
That's true.
Uh, Me, Timmy, and Joakim all kind of right around the same area. So yeah, Alex, I would say that the biggest drop off to number two is Alex to Beeve/Scott.
So interesting. You think that's a result of people scared getting into the Alex's? division because Scott was randomly chosen in there, and so was Beef. Only person that chose the Titans by choice was Logan.
Most definitely, and Logan was the first selection in that division, so he wasn't even aware that Alex was going to end up there.
Actually, it was Scott that was the first selection. I think they had fourth division.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
What? Wait, what pick did Logan have? Maybe it was Logan.
No, Logan was not higher than 4. It went
Yeah.
RK, other Logan,
7th.
me, Scott.
Yeah. So Logan, Logan T had 7th. So I mean, yeah, crazy. We'll see how that works. I can't believe Alex ended up having the easiest division,
Right.
the conference. That's kind of like I mean, you got to be happy for Alex with that because nobody can talk shit to him, be like, oh, you ended up in a weak conference because he obviously didn't. But at the same time, we can almost guarantee that he's gonna be in the playoffs every single year, if not the division winner every single year.
Yeah, and he's kind of got that straight shot to the 1 seed in the AFC, right? Because every other AFC playoff team is going to be in these brutal divisions where you're going to be hoping to split, not hoping to split, but some splits are going to happen, and Alex could easily sweep the division.
Alex, yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, doctor.
All right, crazy man.
Real quick though, did you guys play like home field advantage into your consideration when picking teams, or just mainly swag and stuff like that?
So originally, I had all that stuff down. My top choices were for free agency advantages,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was gonna and uniforms and then domes. That was my 3 things. I was like, I want to have dope uniform, I want to have a dome, and I want to have not cool, but advantage in the free agency stuff. So non-tax states or warm weather or like Super Bowl championship history, whatever. Those are things that I was chasing. But Will and I kind of said earlier, RK kind of shaped it. As soon as he chose the AFC, because I thought he was gonna go with the Eagles, and I really wanted to stay in NFC side too. And we had the whole hashtag going, keep NFC elite. But as soon as RK went AFC, I don't know what came out. Raiders were not even on my list, I don't think. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with AFC West.
I appreciate you leaving the Chargers for me, bro.
Yeah, just Chargers. Just think about it, bro. At least Raiders have 3 Super Bowls in the past. Chargers are just such a fucking losers. So I mean, fits perfect for you.
Oh, fucking excuse me, asshole.
God damn.
I ain't never met a dude that talks so much shit but has done so little in this league.
Dude, you and I. What? What do you mean, bro? I haven't missed
Make
the
a Super
playoffs
Bowl,
in
bro.
4 seasons.
Make a Super Bowl. Make a Super Bowl. Do you
Oh,
brag
come
about getting fucking
on.
wick when you were growing up? I get free cheese, homie.
Dude,
Make a Super Bowl, bro.
Just think about it, bro. Are we gonna respect Super Bowl appearances out of the NFC as much as we're gonna respect them from AFC?
Of course
not.
No.
That's your Super Bowl appearances, bro. We just flip flop the conferences. That's it.
No, it's not as no. Next Madden is way more lopsided than this Madden.
Yes.
Oh,
I agree.
100%.
But
100%.
I mean, when you look over, NFC was way more dominant, and we agreed so many times the NFC has a lot more better teams than AFC.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Levan. You are on a 9-game winning streak right now in this current Madden. Do you feel any more pressure about this final season in Madden 22, knowing that you're going into a fucking stacked division next Madden? I definitely feel it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put pressure on myself. I wouldn't call it pressure, but I definitely see my window. This is it. Like, I have to really capitalize on this season. I got the roster, like the best roster I've had this whole season, this whole Madden 22 by far. I got the quarterback, receivers, defenses stacked. Like, this is the stars are aligning for me. So, yeah, I'm definitely feeling some kind of pressure, I guess you could say.
Real quick, gentlemen, I don't know if you want to read that recent comment from our Mr. friend Riley Hanrahan. Levan hasn't even been to an NFC championship game, has he?
No, I haven't. It's come on, man. Only wins Riley has is against fucking AFC West, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. Those are his only playoff wins are against the AFC
Nah.
West. He
He's
can
made a
refute
couple
that if he
AFC
wants.
championships, so that's mean he would have won.
Yeah, I guess so. True.
Yeah, true. He
But
did make it.
I did lose to two Super Bowl champions in the playoffs, and I lost to Lions. That's the only one. Yeah, he says
Oh,
wrong. I'm
cool.
sure.
So
Who
since
was
I'm
his?
0-5 against RK, I'm the second best player ever, and I'm 2-0 against Alex. I'm pretty much undefeated, guys.
No, yeah. I mean, there's no. I don't know why Riley's coming after me. It's fine, whatever. I mean, I'm not crowning myself as the best player ever, but this is to go back to what we're talking about. This is the year for the Cardinals. After that,
Sure it
we're
is.
on to the next one.
Sure it is.
I can't wait to get these games off against 49ers, man.
What about you, Will? I feel like you thrive when you put yourself under pressure.
Yeah, I definitely feel pressure right now because being with sorry, I'm just reading the comments and I'm laughing. I shouldn't get distracted by this. But Timmy and Joakim, those are going to be two really hard guys to duke it out with in the division. I mean, I know I'm better than both of those guys, but they're pretty good, so they might give me some issues.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's good team draft stuff. You guys good to move on?
Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, because we
Yeah, I'm
still
good.
got some more stuff to get to. We've got league member spotlight this week. Very exciting. I'm going to talk about somebody. Then we've got our power rankings. I guess I didn't really say it at the top, but we're hitting power rankings, QB rankings, wins of the week. So let's get to the league member spotlight. This week was the boy Brennan, Chargers user Brennan. So, total stud of a dude and is having a really good season in his last season. I think he's got the lead in the AFC West. Can somebody fact check me on that? I've got it up right now.
Yeah, he's a 6-1 team, I believe.
Yeah, bro, he's 6-5.
Dude, that's like the highest wins he's ever had this
Yeah.
past Madden, right?
Yeah. And if
Let's
you're
go,
newer
dude.
to this league or you're just picking up this pod right now, Brennan's typically like a 2 to 4 win team. And he doesn't really put, much offense together, but he's just dialed this season. He's playing within himself. He's not pushing the ball when he doesn't need to. I think probably one of the best pieces that he's gotten that's keeping him together is your old running back, bro.
Let's go. I knew he was gonna come up. Fucking
Yeah,
Alexander Matters, a fucking beast.
Yeah, Madison is the perfect back for him because when he had CMC, every play had to be like, run it to the outside and try to score an 80-yard touchdown. But now with Madison, he's like happy living with these 4 to 6 yard runs and he's just bulldozing people. So now the play action is opening. He doesn't have to be as aggressive on defense. And like these are the seasons where you learn how to play the game where you're just not behind instantly. So
Yeah.
Brennan's putting something together.
Yeah, I love to see Brendan in the playoffs this year, and I think it's pretty much it's gonna be him. I don't think there's doubt about that.
Yeah. Sorry, Zach. Well, both Zachs.
Two game lead with like 6 games left. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. So let me go through his answers. So he's 32 years old. He lives in Redondo Beach, California. He does new product development at L'Oreal, so he's got a background in engineering, but currently working on the business side to launch new cosmetic products to the market.
Let's
cool.
go. Hook me up with some shampoos, bro.
That's why his skin's so soft.
Oh, L'Oreal skin? I thought it was shampoo.
They do skin and shampoo. Yeah, they do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I asked him what the favorite player he's had on his Madden team. This Matt. I like to throw this one to you guys to see if you have any idea. I don't think you're going to get this one, though.
Teddy Bridgewater?
No, I'm not too familiar with this roster. My guess would be Alexander Madison because I feel like that's the player that changed this, but I don't think that's going to be his favorite. No.
It's probably the only player on the Chargers that you know. That's why you threw it out.
I knew Dak Prescott, too. Come on. And he is the no, he doesn't have Keenan Allen. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Who is it?
So Mike Trout put in the comments. He said it's the wide receiver, and he's right. So it's Treylon Burks, former Arkansas Razorback, and that's Brennan's college team, and he used to live in Arkansas. So he made a trade for him early in Madden 22, and he's enjoyed developing him. I actually traded this guy to Brennan. I drafted this guy in the second round, and then I traded Treylon Burks, Amari Cooper, and a second round pick for Jamar Chase.
Wow. So some really good players going to Chargers from NFC West.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good trade for me, though. I love Jamar. All right, fun fact. I love this fun fact about Brennan. He's a former world champion in cup stacking. His family created the company Speed Stacks, and he grew up competing and traveling the world, growing the sport. That's fucking crazy.
What? That
Bro,
is
Brennan, you're
amazing.
like an hour from where I live, dog. Give me some tips.
Dude, we got a fucking champ, like actual champ in a fucking chat. That's awesome.
Dude, that's wild. Good shit, Brennan. Such a diversified human being. I respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, that is. That's the bar to beat. Like we actually have a champion in a. Is there any other champions in any categories of any sports or any kind of events in the chat? If not, that's his new nickname. He has to be a champ.
Yeah, being a fucking world champion in anything is fucking crazy. Cup stacking, that is just insane.
Have you guys seen those videos?
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the
I remember
one
when that was like a huge craze.
It's when you like make a pyramids
Yeah.
with it, right?
And then like you try it at home, right? You're like, that's easy, that's fine. And then like I'm just like a fucking moron, just smashing my hands together and crushing these cups.
Yeah, it's not easy, and to be the best at one point in your life in a world at it, no matter what it is, to be best in something, it's pretty cool. Yeah, we do need a video for in the chat. Brandon, drop a video in the chat of your competitive cup stacking. I want
Yeah, with no shirt on either, bro. Shirts off.
Yeah, no shirts, please. All right, how he got into DNVR/the league. He's been a lifelong Broncos fan growing up in Colorado. In 2019, he wanted to get more plugged into the Broncos. After listening to several podcasts, DNVR by far had the best coverage and have been hooked ever since. I joined the Madden League in August of 2020, was pumped to make it off the wait list, and love being a part of this community.
Thanks, man. What a guy. Big shout out to the community. Hey, and we have a pretty successful community, if I may add. Like, we got a really diverse group of people that all different types of backgrounds and lifestyles and successes and different things. So he's just another factor that shows like why we are the best Madden / football fan community that you're going to find.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I just can't get over engineering background and just like cup stacking world champion. You just got to be like a beast. Engineering is so hard. And then being elite at cup stacking, like a hand-eye coordination thing like that, that's going to take a ton of practice and dedication. Like, I got big respect for Brennan after he, because I didn't know that much about Brennan. When he sent me this stuff, I got big respect for Brennan.
That's like the ultimate flex at a house party, right? You're just playing like beer pong with someone. You're like, all right, time to clean up. I got it. Boop, 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 boop. We're done.
Dude's probably insane at the flip cup too, I imagine.
For real, dude.
Levan, what are you looking at? You look like you're staring out your window. What's going on?
Oh, my bad. No, I was looking at I'm making some adjustments to QB rankings as I'm looking at some of the stuff. But you're good. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Get back to it.
And we have the Ravens-Giants game going on right now. Maybe if that starts to heat up, we can live react to that in a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to keep an eye on it, actually. I'm just going to pull it up on my iPad.
I'll do the same as well. But that's a pretty cool looking mic you got there, Levan. What kind of mic is that? I feel like you're the only one actually holding your mic.
Yeah, I had an incident earlier where I broke my hand into pieces.
An incident?
So I'm gonna have to hold my mic.
Yeah, like you guys probably heard a couple times on the team draft broadcast, Levan starting to sound like a robot. I guess his frustration just hit peak levels right before we started recording this pod and smashed his microphone. It was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
It was not my problem.
Exactly like the Ray Rice. It looked exactly like the Ray Rice video, if you ask me.
We don't promote abuse.
Yeah, we came out very aggressively against sexual assault and domestic abuse on the team draft. We're very serious about it.
It's a very serious podcast.
Very serious. So that's great. That's Brennan, league member spotlight. Very exciting. Thank you, Brennan, for sending me the information. And hope you all are, you can talk to Brennan with a little bit more background now when you're matched up with him because now you know a little bit more about him. So let's move on here. We've got QB rankings and power rankings. Let's go with QB. Are you good with QB rankings first, Levan, and then we can save the power rankings for the end?
Yeah, we can go QB rankings. You guys both got it. I know I sent you guys the copy. You guys got it in front of you?
Yeah,
let me
pull it up actually.
Ooh, by the way, Vikings just went up 14 points.
This is my first time pulling this up. I am ecstatic.
Yeah. Vikings just scored 28-14. Bottom of this, not bottom of the second, end of second quarter. Ewers with the X factor lit up though. Love to see that.
All right. So Vikings up 14 at halftime. So QB rankings. Sorry for my crazy reaction right there. This was my first time opening it. And I just couldn't help myself because the boy Spencer Rattler is number one.
Ugly King.
Yes, Ugly King is number one for sure. He had a actually pretty pedestrian game last, but over the last 3 games, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Well, last 2 games, I should say, because he had a bye week. And Shad's killing me. All right, no, Timmy. Only reason I say no to you, producer Timmy, by the way, is because the rankings are not done all the way. This is the only downside of recording on Sundays. The games are not done, so it's not a final product we would be putting out. So maybe we come up with a better, maybe
Well,
I
we
come
know
up with a better.
for at least for next Madden, like in the fall, we're gonna be recording these on Monday nights because Sunday is obviously we'll probably be watching Broncos games and just watching NFL football and watching the DMVR reaction to the Broncos game. So we're not going to be recording on Sunday nights anymore. Probably shift to like a Monday night recording schedule. So hopefully that'll let us have completed QB rankings every pod.
Yeah, actually, that kind of brings up a good question. You think the advances are gonna be different timelines too? Because nobody's gonna be playing on Sunday. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that is interesting. Maybe we do need to consider something different during actual football season.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Definitely questions to be answered later. All right, well, let's dive into the rankings. So as you can see, Rattler got into the first spot, knocked down Lamar Jackson out of the number 1 spot. None of these top 2 quarterbacks had like crazy games, but they've just had really good seasons so far. So both threw 9 touchdowns last 3 weeks, and then 5 interceptions for Lamar Jackson. He had a bad game 2 weeks ago, but other than that, top 5 looking kind of the same. Russell Wilson moves in at number 4 from the 7th. Russell Wilson has had insane last 3 weeks. 18 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, just going absolutely nuts. Let's see, Patrick Mahomes dropping even lower. He had a 5 interception game last week. He's on a bye currently, so last 3 games, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Coming down to, we'll see what Trevor Lawrence does. He might be even higher on this list. Right now, he's sitting at 40 touchdowns and 18 interceptions, and he's playing his game right now against Caleb. Ooh, 2 seconds left on the clock. Where is he at? Is he? Oh, he's on his own 4-yard line. So this looks like it's going in a half. All right. Any crazy movement you guys see? I know Warren Moon Jr.
Let's go, boys.
He's moved from 21 to 13, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions last 3 games. So he's definitely brought up the play last 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know you don't. Real quick, I know you don't calculate rushing stats into your thing, but man, Warren Jr. has to be one of the most, probably the funnest quarterback to run with. The dude is an absolute dump truck when he runs with the ball.
I saw you playing Ravens and you scrambled with him and you tried to make a move and Warren Moon basically froze, then fumbled.
Yeah, well, I was telling Jason after, I tried using how you use him with Rattler. Like, you're super shifty with Rattler, but Warren Moon Jr. is not going to stop on a dime and cut left. It's all downhill
momentum. He doesn't have that jukebox, bro. He's more of a truck, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the quarterbacks that fell DJ Ugalele, Mike Willis, Trey Lance. All these people are falling pretty bad. Ugalele having terrible 3 weeks, 2 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, just coming off a 0 touchdown, 8 interception game. What's up?
Can you say that name again for me slower,
Yeah,
please?
it's DJ Ugalele.
Oh my gosh. I
Did you just
love it,
rub your
bro.
nipples as I said that? Oh, that's fun. Mike Trout coming in the chat saying put Tlyer White at last, but unfortunately Jake Garcia has that last spot locked down. He's thrown zero.
Dude, you're
He's
kill-
zero
you're-
touchdowns, 0 interceptions, no pass attempts last 3 weeks. I don't
Yeah.
even know if you can call a quarterback. He's just a
Yes.
body out there
Is he
standing,
even a
snapping the
quarterback?
ball.
Professional handoffer.
Yeah, that's a great name. He's just a handoffer. He has a really serious hand job.
I know,
Uh,
dude. Between Ugalele and fucking Tlyer Wyatt, I was struggling to hold it together there.
fucking all-time names. Tlyer White is just wow. I love it.
Yeah. Go.
I know actually another quarterback that I want to talk about is Justin Herbert. Has had pretty good games. Well, last game I should say he threw 9 touchdowns, which is insane. He went up to he snuck back into top 10. Oh no, he was the 10th and he moved up to 8 spots, so that's great for him. Kyler Murray finally playing decent. His last game before this week was a bye. Before this bye week, we had 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in a win. Love to see that.
I
Yeah,
think that was against the Jets.
yep, I believe so too. You know, we're speaking of Jets. I know Jets are not having a great season. You know, even though they've put some couple of great wins together, but you know, Baker Mayfield, this might be his best season in this Madden, and this might be the best season Mike using a quarterback too. He's at 16 touchdowns at 31 interceptions, which you know sounds terrible, but usually we have Jets quarterback at the bottom with like 7 interceptions by this far into the season. And I gotta say, as a whole, the league has been throwing a lot less interceptions this year, so that's what's up. I'm actually happy
Yeah.
to see that.
Yeah. Big shout out to Mike. He beat me this year, right? But
That's
he's
Michael to you.
that's Mike.
All right.
That's yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, Mike's playing the best he's ever have been. You know, he still has his lapses, but he's playing within Baker Mayfield, and he's kind of just not making as many as excuses, right? He's taking responsibility for his offense, and he's playing within. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to hype him up here. Bear with me. But yeah, Mike's
Oh,
playing probably the best version of Madden he's ever been playing since he joined this league.
yeah, no doubt.
It's crazy when you don't give teams short field after short field after short field how much closer your games can be because drives take longer, there's less possessions in the game, you have more chances to get a stop. Like I think a lot of teams in our league would be not a lot, I should say, but taking the Bengals method of just run and don't try to do too much, let your defense make plays and keep the game close and try to steal wins.
Yeah, maybe not as extreme as Bengals, but valid.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, most definitely. Queen Ewers is playing right now, but he's had a pretty good 2 week stretch, not including his last game. 8 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, moved up 5 spots, 6 touchdowns with 0 picks. His last game, I don't remember who he played. I remember watching that game. I just don't remember who against was it.
The last game that the Giants played?
Yeah,
Isn't it Riley?
before.
No, I think it was.
No, I don't think so.
I can tell you in a second.
Yeah,
Might
while
have
you
been,
look that up, Zach Wilson is having tough time. 3 touchdowns, 15 interceptions the last 3 games with the Green Bay
Yeah.
Packers. He did win his last game though, so that's something.
I mean, if we
Caleb's
can
last
mention
game was against the
another,
Chargers.
nice. If we can mention another disappointing quarterback, man, what do you guys got to say about Josh Allen not even being in the top 15?
It's insane. Josh Allen is actually 14th, but yeah,
14th.
it's insane. I mean, last 3 games, 7 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He just came off with that 11 interception game. Come on, man.
I feel like I
Can't do
sent
that.
my son to die, dude. Like,
I know,
Yeah.
you know,
man. Like,
for
what the
people that are
hell?
watching right now, Josh Allen was hands down the best Madden quarterback in this league, right? Between him and
Yeah.
Mahomes, like there was no question.
And
Mahomes
I would say
actually
him
was
and
not up
Fields.
there. Yeah, he
Him and
was him
Fields.
and Fields. Yeah.
Okay, but dude, I don't even want to say he fell off the cliff. This dude got ejected out of the solar system. Like
Yeah, he
he's
got
not relevant now.
I don't know if because it's not like he went from a bad quarterback to a good quarterback or better quarterback to a worse quarterback. He went from Kyler Murray to Josh Allen. So he's play style, and he had success with Kyler Murray. He was never like the top 5, but he was always like very successful in passing with Kyler Murray. So I'm kind of curious to like what is it about Josh Allen that he hasn't figured out yet?
What is there to
Yeah,
figure out? I mean,
yeah,
he's so easy to use.
yeah.
You
Like
know?
if there is not a place on the field where he cannot get the ball faster than the opponent can get there. If you are
It's
throwing interceptions, it's your fault for mistiming it. Like I don't know what to say, man.
is that it? Maybe he's expecting the Josh Allen arm strength to like really squeeze in every single pass. Is that why he's throwing so many interceptions? 11 interceptions against Stevie, and no offense to Stevie, but his defense is, his roster, took a lot of like huge hits last 2 seasons. Like I know we have one of the best safeties in that backfield, and then he just got Duckworth, which is a pretty good another safety. But overall, like quack. Overall, like there's not a lot of playmakers on that defense, and he threw 11 interceptions with Josh Allen against that. So you know that's
It's
definitely
unexcusable.
alarming.
Yeah, unexcusable.
Well, 4 picks for Terrell Edmonds, 2 picks for Roosevelt Duckworth, 2 for Eddie Jackson, 2 for Legarius Sneed.
Who?
Legarius, you don't know
Where's Snead?
Sneed?
I don't think so.
He's a Chiefs cornerback in real life. He's pretty good.
Chiefs have good cornerbacks. That's new.
I mean, when they play the Broncos, they all look like Hall of Famers.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
right.
Yeah, that's the only time they look good.
Sad boys all around.
Hey, no more, bro. No
That's
more.
right.
We're back.
Yeah, dude. But like, if I'm looking at teams for next Madden and like what I want to, do I want to buy stock in some teams or am I selling stock in other teams? I am selling the Chicago Bears because that's Adam's team next Madden. If he doesn't have an elite quarterback and he goes from Kyler to Josh Allen to like say he drops off a cliff and has like, I don't know, throw
Derek
out a
Carr.
random quarter. Yeah, Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, something like that in next Madden. Like, do you think that's going to go well for him? I can't see that going well for him.
Not at all. And like, I don't think you've seen a user in this entire league abandon the run more than Adam.
Yeah, he
So
does
if he
not care
can,
about, and he has Saquon Barkley too, but he does not care
yeah,
about run at all. And he
What about
admits that.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing of pride where I can, like Josh Allen is my best choice each play, but Saquon's a 99 overall X Factor running back in this league. When you're throwing 11 interceptions, run the ball, maybe not to score touchdowns, but just run the ball to eliminate mistakes you're making as a passer. Just buy yourself some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but kind of crazy that we were talking, or there was some talk in the chat about like top 10 teams. And Dallin was saying that he's probably top 10. Adam was saying he's probably top 10. Stevie said he had a case for top 10. And then Stevie with De'Aaron King fucking blows out the Colts 61-15.
Yeah. You just can't have that conversation about yourself and put out that product. And Adam's my boy. I love the dude. But
Yeah, of
bad
course.
at
We all
Madden
love
right now.
Adam. Nothing
Yeah.
personal.
It's a little personal when you make Josh Allen look that bad. I'm a little mad.
While we speak about top teams or whatnot, one of the top teams, the Vikings, are literally slaughtering the Giants right now.
Stop. They're already dead.
Stop. Yeah, white flag coming out of the Giants booty holes, but whistle like Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb. This was a big prove it game for Caleb, and he's kind of failing the test a little bit. So we think that he'll probably still make the playoffs, right? Especially with the Rams kind of falling off in the last few weeks, he'll probably take that last wild card spot. But yeah, not looking great in this showing for the Giants. All right, is it time for power rankings?
I think it's time for power rankings, dude.
Hopefully
Ooh,
Riley's still here. I'm sure he's going to have some issues with. He hates our rankings.
That's okay.
Oh,
If he throws in some
really?
super chats, maybe he can sway our opinion.
We're talking about 3-digit numbers, baby.
Hey, I am the shady commish after all, baby. I can be bought.
Not me. My voice cannot be bought for cheap.
All right, so for these power rankings, I know we've done them a certain way in the past. The way we've done them in the past is we do them like a draft where we go around the horn, we pick, like say I'm first, and then I take my first pick, and that's the number one team in our power rankings. We didn't want to do that for this iteration of the power rankings. For this one, we each created our own 1 through 32 power rankings. We combine them, and we have an average ranking for each team, and we can kind of go through them like that. So I'm going to start from the bottom, and we'll talk about 32 to 1, and we can kind of just talk about the teams as we go. That sound cool, you guys?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So holding it down in last place, a team that's been completely irrelevant this season, the New England Patriots. I don't think Edon's even played a game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
user.
I don't think so. I know he had he's been traveling and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's busy
Yeah.
with work. So yeah, let's not spend too much time on that. So right ahead of him in 30.67 when we were averaging them out is Zach and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
Yeah, another one that hasn't played a lot of games because they moved and Zach moved his apartment, so he doesn't have like his internet setup and stuff like that. So I think he finally did get it done. I think he played his last game.
Yeah, it was versus me. It wasn't good for Zach.
But yeah, I think that's I had Zach a little higher on mine personally. I had several teams. I had one team behind him, but yeah, I mean this seems fair.
Yeah.
Looks like Will and I agreed on this one.
Hey, but former division winner Zach. That's just he's got some skins on the wall. Maybe not the biggest one, but he's a user.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Then in the 30 spot, we've got the Washington football team. Damn, these last three teams I just feel like have been MIA this season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of
another
sim
one that.
games.
Yeah, a lot of CPU games. Washington. Logan is. What team did Logan choose in a new draft?
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
yeah, that's right, Dolphins. Yeah, oof, tough.
Yeah, he's in
Tough
trouble.
division. All right, next one.
Yeah, the Bucks.
Good for
In
Bucks, man.
Mr. Madden
29
himself, right? I
Yeah,
feel like
Mr.
even though we're never talking about his games, we're always talking about Kai, good or bad.
Yeah,
Mostly
he's
bad.
the Mr. He allowed us 2 minutes of the game.
All right, in the 28th spot, we got the Broncos. Spence and the
Ooh.
Broncos, 28.
And the new 49ers, right? I believe the new Madden
Yeah.
23. Hell yeah, one dynasty to another.
Tough season for Spence.
Yeah, right. Lost all his players, lost a little bit of interest, kind of just fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully
You
he
can
comes
really
back.
tell who's in it for the final season and who's already looking ahead towards Madden 23. That was the most hyped I've seen him in the chat all season when he got the 49ers. So I think he's definitely looking forward to next Madden.
Hell yeah.
All right, in the 27th spot, we got our boy Lou and the Seahawks.
Handsome King, let's go.
Let's go, Lou.
And he's gonna be the
don't get-
Seahawks next season too.
Yeah, don't get used to the Seahawks being in this in the bottom of the barrel next Madden. I don't think. I think we're all kind of high on Lou as a user.
I think
Yeah,
so
man.
too.
He's gotten progressively better from each game, and like he's needed a couple little tips here and there on how to manipulate certain Madden aspects, but he's very receptive to feedback and he's getting progressively better. So
Yeah,
that's
this is
good.
the guy who played like a CPU franchise most of his life, as he said before. So he was not used to playing against the user defenses. Well, not so. I feel like now that he's picking it up, he's not gonna be in again. He's gonna be in a division that it's not gonna be, he's not gonna have like the toughest road to the division title. So
Nice.
All right, so Seahawks 27, 26 is the Carolina Panthers, a team that was 13-4 last year, all the way down to 26. I mean, Beeve's been away and had circumstances. He got married. Shout out to Beeve. Congratulations, bro.
yes, sir.
Wow, he fucking fell off.
Yeah, probably one of the biggest drop offs.
Best defense in the league. Best defense in the league.
Producer Timmy chimes in with best defense in the league at 26. Yeah, that was Alex's take. Don't blame that on us.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
sure it
think-
wasn't my take.
But yeah, there was definitely circumstances too. But I don't think if Panthers would have had success either way this year. They had a tough schedule for sure.
And then right ahead of him at number 25 is Brina's father, the Jets.
Let's go, Mike.
Mike, the Jets. Some crazy wins. I know Brino was one of them. What was the other big win he had?
I think
The Falcons.
JJ Phil. It was one of my boys. It was one of my
Yeah,
boys.
Yeah.
Phil.
It was Phil. Yeah. So
Oh wait,
Yeah.
No, Phil won on last play of the game.
Yeah,
It was
yes,
JJ.
yes.
It was JJ.
he should have been Phil too.
It
Remember?
should have been
Yeah,
Phil.
because he gave up a touchdown, a last second touchdown on the
Yeah.
street.
He
Yeah.
played cover 3 press like
Oh.
fire zone on last play of the game.
It wasn't
Hopefully we
JJ though,
learned.
that he lost to. It wasn't. It was Derek.
Oh yeah, my other boy.
Oh.
Damn,
Derek
my
almost
friends
beat
suck
you.
at Madden, bro.
Yeah, Derek
Oh,
did
man.
almost beat me.
Okay, so shout out to Mike. Definitely on a come up. I mean, he's had the number 32 on lockdown last 3
Yeah.
seasons. So definitely a huge leap for him for going to 32 to 25.
Yeah, 25 is great for Mike. All right, number 24. We've got the Bengals.
The
Power run
Bengals,
Bengals.
Mr. No quarterback Bengals. I mean, he's found something with that running game, right?
Yeah.
I love
The-
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, you got Bijan in an MVP race. I believe he's number 2, if not number 1. He's averaging like north of 250 yards rushing per game.
Yeah.
And dude's actually like putting up points and actually making the games. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna shut down his running game and I'm winning the game. And I'm pretty sure he's like 4-win team already.
Yeah, dude, he's only 2 games behind the division lead in the AFC North.
Wow,
You know,
and he got
obviously,
paid.
yeah, I don't think any of us think this is gonna be even if they make the playoffs, we don't think it's gonna be, deep playoff run or anything by the Bengals. But for him to succeed without attempting a single pass, that's definitely a feather in his cap.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, build some momentum for next Madden, get some wins, get some confidence. Love it. All right, 23. Team we just talked about, Jags. Derek, number 23.
Yeah, right. It's kind of where he belongs, especially with everything that he's gone through quarterback and roster wise. Probably one of the more turbulent players in the league. He can, he has the potential to beat anybody, but he also has the potential to lose to anybody. So I think this is very fitting for the product Derek has given us this year.
Yeah, I think it's been downhill since he traded Trevor Lawrence away. That was obviously a mistake. Who was his first quarterback? Dak. It was Dak.
It was
yeah.
Dak.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Dak for a while.
yeah, I mean, he didn't know what he had with Trevor Lawrence, and it seems like a common. And we'll probably talk with when we get to the Bills too, but it's a common thread almost. Like somebody has Trevor Lawrence, and They play a season and they think it's not good enough, but then they downgrade and they miss him real fast. So
Yeah.
I mean, look at
Yeah. He should not have gotten passed around as much as he did. I just played Derek yesterday. Oh my god! I don't think a lot of people watched the game because it was kind of at a weird time. I went up 27-6. He starts sad boy talking to me, like he does, like a lot of people do, and then you let your guard down. He comes roaring back, scores a touchdown to go up 29-26 with 2 minutes left. I'm fucking freaking out because I'm just like, I cannot take 3. There's too much lag because Derek was the home team. He's got terrible internet. I knew I needed a fucking touchdown. I got into a 3rd and 20, managed to get like 16 yards and then hand it off to Will Shipley to pick up the first down and then drove down the field. Will Shipley with a touchdown with like 15 seconds left for the win. That was like you said, fucking Derek can fucking play with anybody.
You ran it on 4th and 4?
I think it was like 4th and 3, but yeah, I did. I ran inside zone.
Oh, dude, the balls, bro.
You know,
I know, it was scary.
that's how white man runs the football. Shipley, man, he's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
I know. Shipley's like my 5th best offensive player, but he's always making the biggest play of the game. I fucking love him.
Nice.
Love to see that on your. I love when that's Devontae Adams for me. He's like not a leading receiver or anything, but when I need a big 3rd and 10 conversion, I know I can look for Devontae.
Yeah, you just have guys you trust,
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Derek being the Cardinals for next Madden? Think it's a good fit?
Oh yeah, it is, and mostly because the division is probably the easiest division in the league. So
Nice.
Cardinals are going to be a winning team next Madden.
Nice.
All right, at number 22, we've got the Raiders.
Let's go, Mike Trout.
There you go, Mike. Go, Mike. That power football team.
Yeah, I'm going to see like the Raiders' recent games. So
He just
they've lost 3 in a row to the Packers, Titans, and football team.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, I mean, he has his gimmick, right? Like that offense kind of runs through the fullback, which is not very conventional. But the guy can play some pretty good defense. His passing's pretty suspect, but he's got some talent on that roster, and he's a good enough user to beat some teams. But yeah, when the offense goes through the fullback, you're gonna have a hard time.
And he's 2 games behind in the division.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's
In the
definitely
loss
not
column.
over. Yeah, it's definitely not over for the Raiders, but I mean, losing to Bengals, that's tough. Like that, you got to win some of the winnable games because
Well, he's got Dolphins next, which is a fucking loss, and then bye week, then Chiefs, Cowboys, Chargers, Texans, Broncos.
so a lot
So
of
maybe 2 wins.
Yeah, you got to win the AFC West games for sure. That's gonna be huge. Broncos.
Those are the only
Chiefs.
games that he potentially can win. He's not going to beat the Cowboys. He's not going to beat the Texans. He's got to take care of business in his division if he wants to have a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
We're at 21.
21. 9 plus 10. We got the Steelers.
21.
21.
You stupid.
This one hurts.
Steelers.
This one hurts.
Wow. So I think I had Steelers rated higher than both of you guys, huh?
Yeah, Steelers. This was the one that had the most variance, I would say, from all of us. I had the Steelers 24. Brina had the Steelers 19, and Levan had the Steelers 17 for an average of 20.33, or for an
Interesting.
average of 20.
Yeah, interesting. I definitely having a little recency bias with the Steelers. They did have a 5 touchdown 0 interception game, but he was against Mike, so not as impressive. He did have a terrible, terrible game. Who was it against when he got shot out?
The Bills?
Was that against Timmy?
Yeah,
Timmy,
it
was that against you?
Bills. Yeah, man, that was a terrible showing. He was taking safety. He was stepping out of the end zone, taking safeties, and he was just lost in the sauce. So,
but a game
Steelers-
that we were watching, on the last pod, it was starting up as we were wrapping up the pod, was Steelers-Lions.
Yeah.
That would have been a huge win. He lost that one 28-31.
Yeah, and then
Damn.
Timmy's chiming in real quick. he's confirming he indeed did fuck the Steelers.
Yes,
He did.
he definitely. He's confirming he did coitus, and he was a
Coitus.
dominant force. Yes. Okay.
All
All right.
want to
Steelers at
mention real quick,
21.
like I would have had him like higher if Kareem Hunt didn't retire on him mid-season. But how
That's
bad you got to
insane.
be for your best player to your best player just quit on you? Like I'm not bought in.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I think I shared this in our chat a couple of times. My fucking one of my offensive linemen every year he's been trying to retire. He's like 35. He's been trying to retire on me every single year, and if I don't win, I've been lucky enough to win enough games for him to stay long. And I think I overcame that just last game, that scenario. But it's a brutal one, and if he drop games, I've never seen it before. I always thought he was gonna be they were gonna retire at the end of the season. But
Yeah.
this motherfucker just hung up the cleats in week 10. That's crazy. That is
It's wild.
crazy. At least
All
fake
right.
an injury or some shit.
Number 20 spot. Another one that was kind of all over the place, and probably if we redid the rankings right now would be way higher, but it's the Texans at number 20.
Yeah, Texans have put back to back great wins. So uh this definitely does not reflect their most immediate success. But overall, as the season goes, he's Texans fell apart early.
Yeah.
I mean, 4-6 still. I mean, that the loss to the Chargers is rough.
Yeah, and I think part of it for me just comes from the lack of trust at the quarterback position. I just, I just don't think he can be middle to top tier teams in an offensive game with Derrick King.
Yeah, he's definitely finding a rhythm though. He by trading away some of the pieces, he got some good players to replenish lack of talent on his roster. He got a good safety in Duckworth. He got a Joe Mixon who's been a fucking beast for him.
Mhm.
So he's relying on the running. He's making plays on his feet with a quarterback. You never know, man. Texans did this last year. They started off really shaky, and then they went on a 10 game winning streak to win the division and take the get into the playoffs. Uh, and from where we're sitting right now, Titans are 7-win team, I believe, and then that's it. Colts are fucking blowing it, and who's the other one? Colts, Titans, Texans,
Jags.
Jags, and Jags are obviously they have been bad too. So it's definitely not over for Texans, and I think, like you said, Will, they would have been definitely higher if we waited till this game was
He's got
over.
a he got through like the first bit of this really tough stretch. He beat the Bills, he beat the Colts, and he's got to finish this really hard 5-game stretch with the Jags, Cardinals, and Rams. So he's really at like a make or break point for the season. If he can take out the Jags, then take out the Cardinals and the Rams. I mean, if he can win all 3 of those games, he's right back in it. He'll probably win 2 of those 3, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Him being Timmy was, it was a huge prove it game for him. All right, I think we're ready to move on.
Yeah. So 19, we got the Bears.
Yeah,
Damn, sad to see Bears here for sure.
couple hard losses, man. Just a couple really bad time losses, and a super competitive conference. Or yeah, I just I think it's kind of fitting for Dan right now, considering like I just can't not think about those 2 games where he pitched the ball back for no reason.
Oh yeah,
So,
you gotta think about it.
yeah.
Just imagine if he doesn't make those mental errors on those plays, he has 2 wins instead of 2 losses, and he's probably like closer to number 10 than he's to 20. So
Yeah.
that hurts, yeah. But gotta tape them fingers down on the back of the controller or something, because motherfucker be spazzing.
Well, I think it was you, Brina, that made a really good point about kind of Dan's play style and who he reminds you of.
Yeah.
We talked
I
the other
think
day.
I think Dan is not as an efficient version of Joke. They both almost exclusively run out of their gun, and it's just play action shots to the corners. And I just don't think Dan's as disciplined as Joke when it comes to timing, and not as dynamic as when it comes to just choosing when he takes these shots.
Yeah, he's definitely very, very reliant on Tyreek Hill's speed and Justin Herbert's arm, kind of like
Mhm.
makes or breaks his game. So he just needs to kind of like diversify his game a little bit. Is
Yes,
he out
great
of,
point. He never has any short routes other than after play action, Cam Akers into the flat. Like he really needs to diversify his play calling. Great point.
yeah, is he out of the playoffs or does he still have a shot? And what does his schedule look like?
I think
That's
it's
true.
going to be really tough. I don't think he's going to get in. He's got Lions, Browns, Lions, and then Broncos, Packers, Steelers, Rams. So his last four
So
games are winnable, but
Uh,
he's got three really tough ones coming up.
yeah,
yeah,
and then in his division, you got 2 8-win teams, and he's 4-6.
yeah, I think that's pretty much done for the Bears this season. So good luck with the Cowboys though.
All right. Yeah, good luck with the Cowboys for sure. All right. So number 19,
That was the Bears.
Packers.
Number 18 is the Packers.
No. 19, Packers.
You wrong,
Cool.
bro.
Am I wrong? 18.
Yeah, 18 is the Packers.
Yeah, we just said Dan was 19.
Yeah, no,
Either
sorry.
way, we're talking about Edge.
Yeah. 18 Edge. Sorry, guys. I'm retarded.
18 Edge. I'm trying to think. Edge is not having a good time for sure. Now with Zach Wilson currently. Talked about it a little bit during the rankings. 3 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Yikes. But he did win his last game.
Yeah, and like Edge is in a weird spot where if you talk to him, he's kind of over this season. He's prepping for next season, but he's
Yeah.
also not missing any games. So when he kind of does play, it's just roll out bomb, and you might win a game or two, but you're probably going to lose more games than you win with that play style.
Ooh, interesting point. Edge jumps in and he says he's ranked too high, then should be ranked higher than him. But you could I guess you could make an argument for them switched, but I do think Packers just had more impressive wins this season, haven't they? I don't know.
They've beaten the Lions. They beat the I think that might have been a CPU game. Beat the Ravens. Beat the smoked the Panthers, and beat the Raiders last week. I think you can't go wrong with those two. Yeah, I hear that. They could be flipped. I'd say that's fine.
I gotta love the humbleness from Edge though, and that's why
Yeah.
you were higher.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Caleb, damn, bro, he did kind of let us down, bro, but it's okay. We still believe in the Giants.
Giants
All
gotta
right.
be a wild card team.
So next is 17, right, guys? Keep me honest here.
Sure.
Yes, 17.
Chargers and Brendan.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Insane.
Mr. Cup
And
himself stacking
that-
up wins.
I'm trying to see. So I had Chargers ranked in 19. Willie had him 18. And Brina had him at 16. So yeah, perfect.
We're all
So
there.
we all think that he's the middle of the road, super. He's like average team right now, which is huge for Brennan, who's been pretty much the bottom feeder this whole Madden 22 season. So congratulations to him. I think that's badass. I'd love to see him get into the playoffs this year.
I'm going to take a look at his schedule really quick for his remaining games. See how it's looking. All right, he's got the football team and the Eagles, his next 2 games.
Very
Could-
winnable.
Could win both of those.
Yeah.
Then Titans, that's tough. Raiders could go either
Winnable.
way. Colts, that's tough. And Chiefs definitely could go either way.
There is
With a 2-game
definite-
lead, it's looking
Yeah.
good.
It's looking
definite
good.
track
It's looking
to
good.
playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that was number 17. So number 16 is Smoke Show, Jarrell.
Yeah. Super fitting.
Yeah, I think I had the Eagles ranked a little too high. But Smoke Show I feel like always comes after me when I rank them low, so I got a little scared.
Yeah, you have him 12. Damn, Levan.
Yeah, I
Jesus
think-
Christ.
I think I moved them up after Jason and Adam both lost. I think they were behind them originally, but yeah, Jason and Adam they've been letting me down. That's why. Okay, well, Eagles. Who's their quarterback? Aaron Rodgers still?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. And honestly, I'm looking at his schedule. No disrespect, Jarrell. He's getting his wins against some really not great teams. So he's beaten the Raiders, he's beaten the Chiefs, he's beaten the Broncos, Packers,
Took care of
Bucks,
what
Jets.
took care of the business in the AFC West.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But you seem to value that a lot since you put him 12, or you just got pressured by him.
I just in my head I thought they had better wins than they did, but what's their record like? They have 5 wins, right? 5-5.
6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wins. I think he's 6-5 or 6-4.
Yeah, so
6-4.
Yeah, so I think the record what kind of like led me astray there and kind of like deceived me to put him a little higher. But I mean, only teams that I'm thinking they're higher than him are maybe Packers and Bears.
If he's able to steal, he's still got his 2 games against the Cowboys. If he's able to steal 1 game against the Cowboys, he could get a wild card spot. Because I'm looking at his last few games, they're not that. He's got winnable games. He's got to stretch Chargers, football team, Seahawks. Like that could be 9 wins.
Super valid.
Super valid, bro.
Thanks, guys. All right. Next team at number 15. Brina's Super Bowl picks, one of his Super Bowl picks, the Falcons.
How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, Falcons definitely have fallen. And I played them personally, and he had a terrible luck against me. All of his wait, was that him actually? No, that was actually Derek. They had all of his receivers just tired and did not want to play. But yeah, Falcon. I don't know. What you think, Brino? What's wrong with Falcons? Why are they blowing this year?
I mean, I keep telling him, just to play to his strengths, but when I'm watching him play, he's just coming out in shotgun and doing all these play action things. And I love my boy Phil, but he's not that elite Madden user yet where he can make any formation work regardless, right? So if you got Jonathan Taylor, man, 30 carries a game is the threshold.
Yeah, he definitely went away from running the ball.
Yeah. So and then I think he's leaning on that rookie quarterback way too much. And yeah, I just think he's trying to fit a square peg in a round hole or whatever that analogy is. And yeah, he's just struggling.
That's it.
He's the team that keeps pulling us back in, right? I'm looking back at his wins. He had the fucking 35-0 blowout against Timmy. We're all hyped on Phil. And then he gets blown out by the Cowboys. And then he comes back and he blows out the Texans 24-6. Then he loses to the Rams, loses to the Patriots. And then he comes back with a huge win against the Dolphins. We fucking love that game. 28-21, beats the Dolphins. And then he gets blown out by the Cardinals, blown out by the Panthers. So we'll see. He's got Buccaneers coming up. We should assume that'll be a win. At Saints. That is going to be fucking huge for him. At Saints, then Vikings. That's going to be like we talked about with Stevie. That's his kind of make or break stretch for this season, I think.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. You said he lost. He lost to Panthers and the Patriots. And I'm guessing both of those CPU games that he lost.
He does have 2 CPU losses this year.
Yeah.
So that's very unfortunate because when you think about it, you would assume that if that was a user games, he'd probably win those 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you just gotta figure out how to play against CPU, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will happen at some point. You gotta be ready.
Yep, for sure. All right, so in the 14 spot, this was funny. We all had the Ravens 14th. So the Ravens are our team, the 14th team.
I wish I could have put him higher. I really did, but the last 2 games, man.
Right. And I think Jason's kind of shows he's like that fringe playoff team, right? Each conference sends 7 teams. He's right at 14, so he's gonna continue to be a fringe playoff team. I just beat him right now before we recorded this pod, and it was a really, really hard game. By no means did I blow him out of the water or did I stop him easily, but Jason's just got to stack some more wins on top of each other.
Yeah, he definitely got away with the win there. I feel like he was playing well, but when he pushed that ball down deep with Burrow, that's when he kind of lost all the hopes of taking that game away. Because defensively, he was showing up. Defensively, like you can't say anything. He was showing up. He made you throw 2 interceptions. There were some fumbles. So he was getting the ball back and he was scoring, but then he had a terrible interception in the end zone, and then he got another chance, and then just Burrow's just not a deep ball passer. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
87 throw power is just gross. That's why he's not a Cardinal anymore. So yeah, I am proud
struggle
of
to
him.
under-
I'm
Go
proud
ahead.
of him playing with Joe Burrow though. Like before
Mhm.
this game, he was 27 touchdowns to 16 interceptions, which was really really good. Obviously, he threw 4 interceptions this game, so he's at right now he's sitting at 28 interceptions, 20 picks, 12th in the rankings, which is probably the highest Joe Burrow has ever been. 71 completion percentage.
Nice.
That's great.
I kind of struggle to understand. Like, I feel like Jason and Phil are almost like the same player, right? Like, they both can lean on these elite running backs when they're struggling, and you see them kind of just go 5 wide or go gun and just start spreading the ball around when they have these glowing X factor running backs. They're almost ignoring.
Yeah, they're both really good running the ball. You're right there. I think Jason's a little bit better as a passer. I think he's hiding a lot of Joe Burrow's weaknesses with his, you know, with his just ability
Decision
to
making.
make good decisions and like really, really kind of like with Jason, you don't have that. He doesn't have that specific route that he looks to. Like he really kind of like finds, trying to find the holes in your defense. Not like he doesn't have a favorite player he goes to.
Yeah.
All right. Number 13 is the Colts.
Yeah, Colts should be at this point, man. Should their Colts even be lower? I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything I like from Colts this year.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I had them higher on my power ranking before I checked wins and losses, and they would not have been as high. Now I would have probably dropped them back like another 5 to 6 spots. So they probably should be 16, 18.
They're
Yeah,
pulled
you
up a
did
little
have
bit by your ranking. So I had them 16. Brina, you had them 10. And Levan had them 15.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd be right there with you guys. There's just nothing that there's not one element of his game that I trust right now.
yeah. It's just not it's not a good fit. Josh Allen seems to be. I don't know how can you not fit Josh Allen into any kind of offense, but it's just not working out for him. And you got to ask yourself: was this a smart choice? Was this a smart trade for him?
Not at all.
What did he lose in that trade? I wonder.
Dude, it wasn't even much. It was a straight swap of Kyler and Allen and like B receivers. Like and
Yeah,
what's the receiver with the crazy hair? Robbie Anderson. Like I didn't this was definitely a hook up the homie trade.
yeah,
And and it killed him.
yeah. He killed. Definitely an L for both teams. You guys both got
Yeah.
worse. So
Yeah.
Two things I'll
okay.
say about the Colts, because I feel like we're dogging on him really hard. He did just beat, before Stevie, he did just beat the Ravens. So that was a big win. Beat them 28-14. And he does have a pretty easy schedule coming up. He's got basically the entire AFC West left on his schedule. The Panthers on his schedule. That's going to be an easy win. So he could rattle off some wins and get a wild card spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
you need to. You need to.
So
Yeah.
close to the Super Bowl still alive, I guess.
Damn. Yeah, we were going to talk about our preseason picks on this pod. Probably not going to have time because we're already at like an hour and 23 minutes. Maybe we can talk about that later. But yeah, Brina, you might want to walk back that pick at some point. Falcons,
Oh, I'm
Colts, not
sprinting
looking
back.
good.
I'm sprinting.
All right, what's
All
next,
right.
Will?
Yeah, next is at number 12, the Browns.
Hey, let's go. Top 12.
Yeah, so I had Browns 13. Brina, you had them 12. And Levan, you had them 10.
Yeah, I just think Browns are figuring it out. They went back to their old playbook. But yeah, they're obviously they have some good wins. They're putting it together. So I think Browns are gonna take back that. I mean, they're already the leaders in the division, right?
Yeah, we were
They did-
2-4, and now we're leading the division again.
Yeah, that did not take long at all. Obviously, nobody can challenge him in that division. Rams were my hope, but Rams kind of dropped the ball. I'm sorry, not Rams. What am I saying? Ravens.
Ravens.
Well, yeah, Ravens
were the ones chosen ones, but they dropped the ball. So looks like Browns are gonna be the number 4 seed in AFC playoffs.
Do you have nice
Right.
things to say about me, Will?
Yeah, no, I mean, you there was an adjustment period. You went from an elite quarterback to a rookie quarterback, and now I think you showed today against the Ravens with that win. It was a gutsy win that you can that you're back on track. I mean, you got the Bills next. You're gonna How many more games are you gonna be playing? Because you've got Bills, Bears, Dolphins. That's a pretty tough stretch.
I leave August 2nd, so I should be able to. I imagine those three, if we stay on schedule or expedite, that those should happen. And then I'm not quitting for sure once I get there. I'm gonna figure a way out. I'm trying to take my laptop with me and some controllers. So
Ooh.
we'll see. I might not be as invested once I get to Wisconsin, but I'll figure something out.
We are rooting for you, bro. All right, so at number 11, we've got the Buffalo Bills
Yep.
outside the top 10. So I had Timmy 12. Brina, you had him 9. And Levan, you had him 13.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Levon.
Yeah, I disrespected the Bills, man. I mean, they got shut out by the Texans, I believe. They can put up a
Falcons
point.
got shut out by the Falcons, and then he only put up 8 points against the Texans.
Yeah, not looking good. They give away some great pieces on this defense, which what made the Bills great was that Tre'Davious Whites and what's that, TJ Terrell, I think, or AJ Terrell.
Yeah.
Those guys are gone. His defense is taking a hit. His offense is not carrying the load. So I think they deserve to be so dropped. If you disagree with Timmy, go ahead and drop in the chat.
He's put
Let's see what you
15
guys say.
points up in his offense is the issue. 15 points in the last 2 games. He lost 23-7 against the Dolphins and 20-8 against the Texans. I mean, he put up 43 points against the Patriots and 50 points against the Jets. Like, I want to see him against the Browns, a solid defense, and then the following week against the Saints, put up like more than 20 points. We got to see it, or we can't have any faith in the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's I trust. Well, Trey Lance is 100 times a better quarterback than Fly or Wyatt, right? So I guess it's my faith in Timmy trying to figure this thing out over time, and I think when it comes time down to the playoffs, he'll be there.
Yeah, and then Timmy chimes in and says defense isn't the issue, offense is. And yeah, same thing. Will and Brian pretty much said right now. What's his name? Trey Lance. Yeah, it's just seems to be not to be the answer anywhere he goes, huh? Once very desired quarterback cannot find success anywhere.
Right. Yeah. So overhyped. And I worry about Timmy because figuring things out on defense is one thing. Figuring it out on offense is a completely different story. Like, we've had teams that have struggled for 5 straight seasons on offense, but like, I'd say it's a little easier to figure out what to do on defense. You can choose a few plays and kind of just make it work. Maybe use your D line if you're not comfortable covering the pass, but like, figuring it out on offense is going to be tough. It's got to flip the switch.
Yep.
All right, let's keep charging ahead. All right, number 10, Rams.
Let's go,
Ooh,
handsome
let's
king.
go.
I think Rams are easily deservable top 10 team here. I think they're. I mean, let's be honest, man. They have 3. I think they have 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, he
But-
went away.
Yeah, he went. He was not there. You know, his CPU let him down. It's not hard to beat a CPU who has no elite quarterback, kind of like Shane Illingsworth, kind of like barely hanging on there. So, he gets back this week. I believe he gets back on Wednesday, so he'll be probably the last game played on a Wednesday night. So let's see what's his rest of the schedule looking like. Will
Yeah, so he's got Colts, Panthers, Texans, Saints, Jags, Seahawks, Bears. So
Yeah,
really
he's
only 2
capable.
easy games in there with Panthers and Seahawks.
what about Jags? I think that's a winnable game.
It's
And I might
winnable. I
even-
wouldn't say easy, though.
I might even take him against the Bears.
Yeah, Bears, Jags. I like the Rams against those teams.
Okay.
I think hope is still there for NFC West to get 3 playoff teams appear in the playoffs. So
Real quick though, how high? Because I had him at 13. How high did you guys have him?
So
I
I
had
had
him at-
Rams 8, You had him 13, and then Levan
I
had
had
him
him
12
11.
Okay.
No,
or
11.
11. I'm sorry. Yep.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I had him just outside of the top 10, but I think this is a perfect spot. I'm glad he averaged out at number 10.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9. We've got the man with the YouTube profile picture of the Restoration Hardware logo, Riley and the Dolphins.
All right,
Let's talk
Dolphins number
Dolphins
9.
because it's been a fucking weird season for the Fins.
I don't know. Kind of like you said with Phil, right? They bring you in and then they take you out, and so much of that trust is just that roster. But I feel like when Riley's shown us his worst product, man, it's all user. Like it's just bad decisions compounding on top of bad decisions. And when if I see someone play like that, it's hard to trust them. And then sometimes he can kind of seem a little checked out in chat. So the talent's there, user wise, roster wise. I just don't know if Riley's committed to playing a different brand of football of 4 verts.
I wonder what's the issue here, guys? Why is he losing games? Because I don't think it's Justin Fields. Justin Fields having a pretty good season. 37 touchdowns and 11 picks, 129 passer rating. Last 3 games, 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. So it's not like he's having bad quarterback games. It's just that his defense is getting exposed.
Will?
Well, he lost to the Falcons? Well, he had a 3-game losing streak in there. He lost to the Giants. Giants had a hell of a game plan and just beat him in a fucking great game. That was 41-39. I don't think Riley could have played better defense, but next game was the Falcons. I think that's when Justin Fields got that injury scenario, and it was
Yep.
Bryce Young. Bryce Young had a few fumbles.
Was
So
it
that
Young or
was kind of
Stroud?
Young.
Bryce Young, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
And then lost to the Bucks CPU.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
just
mean,
weird circumstances like throughout the year for him.
Yeah.
He had the desync loss to the Steelers. Yeah, just a weird season. How much stock do you put in his win against the Bills? I know we just talked about the Bills and how they have a new, like Trey Lance still getting used to it. Like, is that still a big win for you guys?
it's good enough, right? Like beating Timmy, regardless of his roster, is still a big deal. So I definitely give that win credit.
I mean, it's huge. Dolphins are gonna win the division. There's no doubt about that. I think it's pretty solidified at this point. So them to going in, this is the first division title they're gonna have. Great way to end the season. Hopefully, hopefully they can make a big splash in the playoffs. But like you said, man, there's too many irregularities. Like you can't really see him dominating every game, and sometimes he's had a couple of close games too. So there's something off. With this roster, there should not be any excuses. We talked about it so many times. He has the most pressure on him because he has one of the best quarterbacks and no weakness on his roster. So yeah, you gotta definitely put it together.
Timmy chiming in saying that he sure as hell ain't winning that division.
So what are their
Ooh, let's-
records right now?
Yeah, let's look at the records. I know Dolphins are 7-4.
All
I think
right.
Bills
While
are
you guys
5
look
now.
that up, I had the Dolphins at
7-4.
11.
Go ahead.
I had Dolphins 11. Brina had Dolphins 11, and then Levan had Dolphins 8.
Yeah. So Dolphins 7-4, Timmy 5-4. So Timmy 2 games behind the division.
And he's about to play the Chiefs, so we can assume that he's gonna be 6-4. So he's really like 1 game behind.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Right in front of him at number 8 is Allen and the New Orleans Saints.
Also another 7-14. I'm curious to see what his remaining schedule looking like because obviously that division, there's no really competitors. There's no more last season's Panthers and Falcons. They've fallen off pretty far. Oh, we lost Brina. Brina, where'd you go? There he is.
Hello.
We just switched spots. Now I'm on top.
Hell
With
yeah.
the bottom.
Aw.
Oh fuck! I'm back on bottom. All right. Well, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying Saints. You gotta like if you're Saints,
your division's kind of like really falling off.
So the Saints will probably have the 4 seed in the NFC, right? Because you got to assume probably me and Alex are going to be the top 2 seeds, and then yeah, Riley, head to head does not trump all in terms of power rankings, bro. I know you beat him 30-29 in Arch Manning's first game ever, but yeah, sorry, we all had the Saints. We had a little bit more respect for the Saints.
I think it's more of a respect of his remaining schedule and kind of like, again, like there's not much threat for him to lose that division. He's getting to the playoffs, and meanwhile he got Bills on your ass like behind pretty much one game right now. So
Yeah, but I mean, we're not looking at the remainder of the schedule when we're talking about power rankings. Just think that
no,
the Saints have had a better season so far than the Dolphins. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, and I don't think Dallin gets enough credit as a defensive user and like a defensive play caller, and that's a reason why I have him so high. I know, Will, you think of him very highly as a defensive player, and I think we're seeing him grow as a passer. He can push Arch Manning too much, but
yeah, I mean Arch Manning's having decent season, 29 touchdowns, 19 picks. I do have to say that I think Dallin got carried by CPU early in the season. I think he came in, started playing his games when he was 4-2. So, he definitely got lucky. He could have easily been 2-4 and kind of like out of the playoffs mix.
He did have he has had a pretty easy schedule too. Doesn't have a lot of great wins. I don't even know who his best win would be. Maybe the Bears.
Yeah, you guys definitely had Saints higher than I did. I think. Let me see. I had Dolphins at 8 and Saints at 9, so I had them like right there how I ended up, but flip flopped. You guys had Dolphins both at 11, and Saints Will at 9, and Brina had Saints at 8. I think, yeah, for me the Saints personally, I think they got carried by the CPU. So I'm not as convinced the Saints are gonna make a big splash in the playoffs.
I don't think he got carried by the CPU. His CPU beat the Jets, lost to the Seahawks, and then beat the Bucks.
Really? Did he have more CPU games?
No, it was just his vacation. That's it.
Damn, I'm fucked up.
And I think Will and I are coming from a point of experience of playing versus Dallin, so like we know the quality of player he is. So I'm gonna have that respect for him and rank him higher than he probably might be.
There goes Dallin. He said his 2 CPU wins were Bucks and Jets. Okay, yeah, I take that back. I wasn't sure what games he played. I just thought there was a lot more CPU wins in there than not. But
yeah, but I came strong at Riley there, but then looking at Saints wins, I would probably put them a little bit lower, honestly. Like they don't have a fucking good win on their schedule. They beat the Bears by 3 points. That's their best win.
And is that when Bears kind of blew it, or?
Yes.
Was that a seizure?
Yeah, it was a seizure game. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Again, Saints are definitely getting to the playoffs. No question about that. Rest of the NFC, what is it, South? NFC South is just shit in the bed. So,
I don't know, man. If he loses to the Falcons this week, and then he's got the Bills next, he could lose 2 in a row, and the Falcons could be right back tied up with him. And then he's got Falcons and Cardinals. Like he's got 2 games against the Falcons, so Phil, the ball's in his court, I would say.
Oh, he did say he desynced when he was up 21-0 against the Bears, and they had to replay. So, interesting point. I guess ball don't lie. He got away with the win there anyway. So,
yeah, but still, if the Bears is your best win, that's not a great best win.
Right? Yeah, Bears is 19th best team as according to our rankings.
All right, so number 7, right ahead of the Saints, is a team that has been at the front of our mind all season, I think. Caleb and the Giants. So I had Caleb 6, and you guys both had him 7. So averages out for him to be the 7th ranked team.
Let's go, Mr. Hitstick himself.
Yeah, I mean it's disappointing after he just had that pretty tough loss against RK, but yeah, that hit stick fear that hit stick drove those ranking ups for me. He's a scary person to play if he's on, but he just wasn't on today.
Yeah. I like Ewers there.
He has good wins. He's got good wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat the Cardinals week 1.
Beat the Cardinals, beat the Dolphins, beat the Lions. Great wins. Yeah, that loss to the Vikings is tough.
Yeah, Caleb coming in said that he shit the bed. It's okay, buddy. We still believe in you. Take the NFC East. Well, you can't take the NFC East, but take the wild card spot.
Yeah, let's get through this. We're on to the top 6. So number 6 spot is our boy Levan and the Cardinals.
The disrespect.
Bro, it's top
Slight
6.
disrespect, I guess, or maybe you were overhyping yourself a little bit because I've got you 7, Brina's got you 6, and you've got yourself 3.
Yeah, I mean, you guys put Giants and Titans ahead of me. I
Yeah,
guess
Giants
Giants
whooped
have
your
a.
ass.
Yeah, well, with that logic, I beat the Titans. So how are we sitting there?
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
Head-to-head.
I think you have Titans way too high, and that's my boy joking. But I think you have Titans a little too high. I would definitely put Lions and Vikings ahead of them. But I mean, you guys talk about me. I guess I don't have to.
Well, I mean, you're 9-2, man. Like this is the first time we've really seen you establish yourself as like an elite team since you were, was it season 2? So use this. Show us some more.
Whoa, hold on, bro. Hold on. What do you mean this is the first time? I haven't had less than
Since
11.
week 2, not week 2, season 2.
Elite.
Yeah,
He
I-
said elite team. Elite
Okay.
team.
All right,
You've
all
been a-
right, all right.
You were the 7 seed last year, dude. You can't. That's not elite. Giving
I
you some tough
guess.
love right now, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. I was one game away from being a division winner too. So it's not like I was 9-win
You can't pull that
division.
card,
I was
bro.
a NFC's tough. I was a 11-win team. It's not like I was barely squeaking in. I did barely squeak in, but it's because this competition is so high. I was one game behind the division.
No, you
Will,
weren't.
talk to your son.
I was 14-3 last season.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
I don't think you were.
I
I'm
think
100%
6 overall is mad respect. That puts you as a top 3,
Yeah.
potential top 3 team in your conference.
All right.
You're right on the outside of the top 5. You're looking in the top 5 clubhouse. You're like, I got a couple friends in there. Maybe somebody can sneak me in, but you just don't have the credentials, right? Yeah, you're right on the outside of the top 5.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do you think that's appropriate, Will?
Yeah, no, I think he's right on the outside of the top 5. I do, 100%. I mean, I've always been a big Cardinals respecter, a big fan of the Cardinals. I can't go top 5 though. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Same.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna try and change your mind, but
It seems like you just did, Coach.
change his mind? No, I'm not gonna try and change his mind. I'm definitely not changing my mind. I do think I'm better than at least the Giants ahead of me. I know they beat me, but there was a different quarterback. There was a week 1. You never know what happens, but
Hey, nobody forced you to take Zach Wilson, bro. All right, number 5. Let's get it
Super
going
valid.
here. We got the Lions at number 5. So I had Lions 5. Brina, you had him 3, and Levan, you had him 6. See, Levan, like you really think like you think you should be 3 and Lions should be 6? Really?
yeah. Dude, I'm on a 9-game winning streak. I mean, I haven't lost in 9 weeks. Why would I not put myself up there? I have the highest winning streak in the league. I think you guys are downplaying the Cardinals' recent success, and it's not like I've been barely winning games. I've been blowing everybody I've played so far. If you look at my wins, like I haven't had a close game in any of the games. So I don't know. You guys made a decision. It's fine. I do think a high of Lions. I think Lions are definitely crying insanely good right now. But they also who they lost. They had a bad loss against somebody recently.
Yeah, I think you're right. They lost. Well, they not a bad loss. They lost to the Giants by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Could have
true.
almost lost to the Steelers, but I mean they beat the Cowboys by 16 points. The first team that's beaten the Cowboys since they went on their Super Bowl run.
Yeah, that's definitely huge.
Yeah. All right.
Number 4, we've got the Vikings.
RK, I've been blowing everyone I played. Nah, RK's a little jealous. He didn't get to play me this year, so he didn't get blown.
Yeah, speaking of the
Hey,
Vikings,
how come I didn't get that treatment, RK?
Damn, Caleb says out of all the top 6 teams, I'd rather face Levan in the playoffs. Oh, I really hope we do, brother. I'm coming in hot in the playoffs.
I mean, if we want to come back, if we talk about quality of wins, Cardinals' schedule looking a little light.
Yeah, but no crazy close games or anything. Like those
Yeah.
are all dominant wins. I mean, what are you supposed to? I'm supposed to win all the games. I mean, you're supposed to win easy games, winnable
all right,
games.
let's move on from the Cardinals. We're already 2 spots ahead of the Cardinals now. We got to start talking about
You guys got me fucking hot-headed. This microphone's in danger right now.
Do not attack the microphone
Put my,
again, please.
Safety equipment on.
Oh my god! All right, so we got Lions at 5.
Lions at 5 and the Vikings at 4. So I had the Vikings 4th. Brina, you had the Vikings 5th, and Levan, you had the Vikings 4th. And I wasn't sure about like Vikings Lions which way I would go just because the Lions won that head-to-head game. But we've made the mistake in the power rankings in the past, overreacting to a head-to-head game between the Vikings and the Lions. We put the Lions ahead of them, and then they went into a full-on tailspin. The Vikings won the NFC North. So I think this is kind of how it should make sense. Like, it makes sense that they're right next to each other, but Vikings right ahead of Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about my dad, right? This guy's a proven elite team. He's got the pieces where he needs to. Every week, he's only getting more comfortable with Trevor Lawrence, and that passing tree is becoming more complex. So, yeah, Vikings are a top-type team.
Yeah, Vikings are playing insane ball right now. They're definitely the top dog. No doubt about that.
All right, number 3, the top-ranked AFC team. We've got the Titans.
See, I think Titans are a little too high here. I know we were all super high coming in, but you guys can disagree with me when I say they've underperformed so far.
Yeah, they lost to
They've
lost to the Colts. They've lost to the Cardinals. Those are their 2 losses, right?
They only have 2 losses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like someone wasn't prepared.
No, I mean, what did I have them at? I have them at 5. So I had Vikings ahead of them. I think they've been more impressive this year. I don't know, man. because I do quarterback rankings, and he's just throwing a lot of interceptions lately. 6
because he's
interceptions.
chasing an MVP. I think right now, Joke, he is the peak of AFC brand football, right? He's me from the last couple seasons. Turnovers are going to be there, but just look at his scores, dude. It's rare that he doesn't score 50 points a game. So, like, he is the class of the AFC. It's feast or famine with him, and he's getting fat because there's a lot of feast going on.
Listen, I don't want to come off as a joking hater. I'm definitely not. I love the Titans. What's his schedule look like? What's his wins? Who's his wins against?
Wins against Steelers, Saints, Texans, Hawks, Jags, Colts twice, Rams, Raiders. Losses are 20. Oh, my bad. Losses Cardinals 28-31. Second losses Colts 24-31.
Dang, that's the code. You got to score 31 against the Titans to beat them.
Yeah.
That's their 2 losses.
And his remaining schedule is pretty cake. Well, not cake, but he's got Chiefs, Niners, Jags, Chargers, Pats, Broncos, Texans. So one tough game with, throwing a Stevie game in there. Joke's going to end up with less than 4 losses this season, dude.
Yeah.
With a better quarterback, with probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
All right, so Titans 3, and then we all had the same top 2. So number 2, 49ers, and number 1, Cowboys. We don't need to talk about the 49ers, but did you guys have any thought about moving the Cowboys out of the number 1 spot after their loss to the Lions? Or were they still kind of a lock?
It's not so much that I thought about moving down the Cowboys. I think the Niners are showing their 1B to the Cowboys 1A. So I think you're getting closer to that skill level. And that loss to the Lions was a weird game. Like right off the bat, Alex just fell behind, and it was just an odd game.
Levan, you got anything to say about the top 2?
No, I mean that's pretty solidified. Obviously, we were all unanimous on those. for a second, I did think putting 49ers over Cowboys, but head to head, Cowboys have a win over 49ers, and 49ers did not show the greatest performance against the Jags last game, even though they squeezed out with a win at the end. But I think we got it right.
I still can't believe I lost that game. Up 33-23 with like 3 minutes left, and then just fucking totally shit my pants. I should be fucking 10-0 right now.
Just classic Cowboys, man. Make you feel
Yeah.
secure and just snatch it away from you.
Yeah, for real. All right, cool.
The Cowboys. Just throwing it out there.
All right, yeah, switch it up. Browns number 1.
Let's go.
All right, let's wrap it up here because I know all of our wives and girlfriends and fiancés are probably getting pissed that we've been doing Madden stuff all day. So, Levan, why don't you take us out of here, bro?
All right, bros. Hey, thanks for jumping in with us. Shout out to Timmy for organizing this live stream. Fucking looks amazing, man. Can't believe how far we've come. Shout out to new listeners if we have any. If you guys want to listen to this later, obviously it's going to be uploaded on Apple and Spotify. You guys can look it up, All Madden podcast, and you'll pop right. It should be the top choice.
Yeah, keep liking the TikToks, commenting on the TikToks, sharing the TikToks. We want that. We're up to like 90 followers in like a few days. We had over 2,000 views on the first one, over 200 likes. So we're gonna keep pumping that shit out. So keep giving us the engagement, and hopefully we can get some people watching our games. I mean, I saw some random fucking name in the team draft chat. That was crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, most definitely. Hop in. Yeah, TikTok is our newest thing right now. All Madden League at All Madden League. Look it up. Follow us. We're gonna be dropping highlights. We're gonna be dropping highlights of the podcast clips. Fun stuff. So definitely follow us on there. Questions? Drop again. If you guys want any questions, specific questions, topics discussed on the podcast, you guys already know who to hit up. Any three of us, and we'll bring that up.
All
Other
right.
than that,
Cool.
Peace, boys.
good talking to you, boys.
Love you, boys.
Love
Peace.
you.